We photographers are living through a game-changing moment, a moment where we have to completely rethink our way to edit our images. And today I will show you two practical examples on how to use those AI tools to edit your images in a new way. But before to go ahead, please take 2 seconds time to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button if you haven't done it so far. It would mean a lot to me and help me to push further with new content that might be helpful for you too. Talking about AI tools is really talking about an immense infinite rabbit hole. There are a ton of new features coming out every day, and it's really difficult for us photographers to keep up to date and to see what's really useful and what's not useful for us. And today I want to show you two features that are definitely going to be part of our main workflow in the coming years. Those two features are Inpainting and Extend Image. Inpainting and Extend Image will also be available soon on Adobe Firefly. They're not active yet, but Adobe is teasing their launch soon. So if you're an Adobe fan and using Adobe Photoshop, you will soon be able to use those tools. But you can use those tools now on a different platform named Playground AI. So bear with me, photographers, I will show you now how Inpainting works and how Extend to Image works. Let's start opening Playground AI. So if you open Playground AI, you will see a couple of image samples, and if you go hover over an image, you will see the prompt, but that's not really the interesting part for us. For us, the really interesting part is the top right where you see create. You have two options: on a board, which is the Inpainting, and the new canvas file, which is the Extend to Image feature. Let's move ahead and test the first one. Let's go on a board. I will quickly go through the interface so that you know what's going on here. On top left you see filter, where you can change the different, select the different styles. You have the prompt area where you write a text that will generate an image. You can also exclude single words from that image. Those elements will not be generated in your image. What's very important is the image to image, which is the one tool we are going to use today, where you can upload your photo and modify your photo. On the right you have the options between different models. You can change the image dimension up to 1536 pixels. Then you have the prompt guidance, which means you can choose how strong your prompt has influence on the image. You have quality and details. The more detail you want, the better the image, but the more time it takes. You can also select a certain seed number so that your creation gets a clear identification and the number of images that have to be created. So let's move on and try to edit a real photo. I will import an image here, and the first image I have is that image of an empty cup I took yesterday morning with my Sony a7R5, and now I want to modify that photo. Let's start with a very simple example. I mask that central part of the cup, and I will ask Playground AI to add cappuccino inside the cup. So now you see the result. On the right you see that we have my real photo. The only part that's changed is the inside of the cup is filled with cappuccino. You can save the change and download the image. The image only has a low resolution, but in future Playground AI and other tools will definitely allow you to create true full-size images. And if you want to keep editing that image, you just click on Edit with Mask and you can repeat. Now I want to show you something a bit more funny. Here you see 3 Lego Star Wars figures from my son. He loves them, but I want to make them look much more interesting. So this is what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to select the laser sword and make it really glow. So I'm now writing in a glowing laser sword. Let's see what the result will be. It's a tiny bit too strong. So this is the result, and indeed the laser sword is now glowing and my son is happy. But now I want to modify the image further. I don't want to have the wooden table. I want to have a winter landscape. So let's see if I can go and do this. Save the change. Let's edit that image and now mask the table all around. I will make this. Now of course I'm not going to spend a lot of time to make it very accurate. The idea here is just to see if the tool can really do what I want. And now you see the image of the 3 Lego figures into the snow. Of course, it's not perfect because I didn't do a perfect masking, but that is not the goal of my today's video. So it's just to show that it works. I'm going to save the image and also download it, and I'm fine with it. Now let's work with a human model. I'm taking an image of my wife. I'm uploading it, and now I want her to have pink hair. So I'm going to mask the hair and write pink hair. Let's see how well it does the job. And now you have my wife with pink hair. Of course, it looks a bit not perfect, but you have to play around with proper masking, with the instruction strength, the quality and details, and you will definitely get a better result after a couple of tests. And now let's move on and, for example, change the background from white to an ocean view. So I will save the change. I will go on the image, edit it, and mask the background. Again, I'm only doing a fast, poor job with the masking. And here I write open view of the ocean. Let's see if we get to the result we want. And now you see my wife with pink hair and on the background the ocean. So this was the very first feature I wanted to show you. It's named Inpainting, and as you see, it's quite powerful. It uses AI tools to modify your real photos, and I think this will be a very important feature for your business. I can imagine a couple of scenarios where you really need to change elements of your images on the fly very fast, and you can do that with AI. So now let's move on to the second feature I wanted to show you, which is the Extend Image feature. Again, on the top left you will see the filter options that we are not using right now. They exclude from image, then the prompt guidance, the quality details, the seed, and that's it. Now it's time to upload an image. I now uploaded an image from my street where I live here in Milano in the middle of the Alps, and I want to extend the wall on the left. For that I select that square and then move it around where I want it. I can extend it to a certain limit, here up to 1024 pixels. And now I will write alt wall in the prompt and generate an image. Let's see if we can make a proper wall that looks like the real wall we have in the photo. As you see, it didn't do a proper job. That's because there's a trick to do that properly, and I show you now. So I remove this. You have to hover a piece of the image so that AI knows it has to take that wall and extend it. So let's do it again. Generate a wall. And now you can see AI did a really stunning job to extend the wall. You now see the same kind of texture and stones with the same contrast, the same light, and you have a wider view of the street. You can do this on any part of that image, for example, also on that street. Remember to always take in a piece of the photo so that AI knows what it has to extend. So let's write street here and let's see what it does. And now it extended the street towards me, and it looks quite okay. You can of course always rerun the prompt, change the settings, and it's a very basic tool. It's not really professional as of now, but you always have to think that this is going to be much better in a couple of months of now, and there are many competitors releasing similar tools, so it's quite a fast changing world we're in. As you saw from those two examples today, from the Inpainting and the Extend Image feature, those AI tools will completely change the way you work your photos. As of now, you're used to use Photoshop with the layers and mask and a lot of time of work to change small parts of the image and to improve it. Now you can do the same using faster and more powerful AI tools. There are many more such examples I will bring you in my next videos. So if you're interested as a photographer to learn about those tools, I would be happy if you would subscribe to this channel. Also, please send me feedback through the comment system with your suggestions. Maybe you have some nice idea that I can test and I can learn from. So this is it for today. I see you soon, folks.